So there are many things that we are going to be talking about as well in this in this video in terms of the impact of these three risk factors on children really. As you know, these three risk factors, they are referred as toxic trio, where they co-occur in a particular family, and children are exposed to all three of them. Where, for example, one parent might present, it not necessarily both of them would need to present with mental health. One parent might present with mental health, and then the other parent may be presenting with, or the other parent may have, mental health, and also there is domestic violence in their relationship. So that's the toxic trio that we're talking about. It's also possible that the same parent who's got mental health issues may also have substance misuse issues, because as you can imagine, sometimes those two things do also coexist. And when you put domestic violence into the mix, you can actually see the picture, of how the children can actually be impacted by those three things. Without wasting much time, let me delve straight into each of these components and explore its impact on the children. First and foremost, when it comes to parental domestic abuse, it's a form of, it could be physical, emotional, as well as financial abuse, which could be going on. Each and every one of those forms actually has got.
Our house is safe. What we can do?
So domestic abuse can manifest, in in the form of physical, emotional, as well as sexual violence between the adults in the household, where children are being exposed to all these risk factors that we're talking about. So children, exposed to domestic abuse may suffer direct harm from, for example, if you've got a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, or a teenager who is trying to stand in between the parents who are fighting, and for some reason, if they are caught in between and they're also physically harmed, then we are talking of direct exposure or direct harm that they would have suffered from trying to, stand in between the parents who are actually fighting. And the fact that the children also do witness such kind of incidents actually puts them at further risk of emotional harm, because it's not a good thing for them to be exposed to such things. You might think, oh, it wasn't physical, it was just verbal, but believe me, children who are also exposed to verbal abuse also may suffer, further on down the line. So yeah, it is important to actually point out that, there is emotional trauma that children do suffer, especially when they're exposed to domestic abuse or domestic violence at home.